Can you describe today's game against Peter Svidler for us?
Well, it surprised me in the opening, and then I spent a lot of time trying to figure out a way to keep the game alive and get an interesting position. And I managed, and I think I got an advantage at some point. But then I spent again a lot of time trying to figure out a way to get the most out of it. And at the end of the day, I just lacked this time, and after a couple of inaccuracies, I think I blew it away, and it was just equal again. It looked very promising for me, but it was not so easy to find a way, to get something substantial. So I didn't manage.
Yeah, but you say that he surprised you, but in a way, I think you were looking for an original game where anything could happen in the opening. Yeah, you didn't want.
Yeah, for sure, but at least this move a5 really caught me off guard today. I looked at it, of course. I usually look at all possible moves in the first 10-20 moves, but I looked at it far too long ago, and recently there have been, there are two ways for black to equalize which are very convincing, which I played with both colors, so I thought one of these two will happen, but a5 caught me, and then I played very principled, and after 94, I have to make some choices because he is actually threatening to equalize right away, so I have to really come up with something. And I think I managed, but at the end I had too little time.
Yeah, you had a slight advantage, but inside the hall, when at the start of the game, around 2 minutes into it, you were standing up near your board and smiling, seeing on the demo boards. Any game that you found particularly entertaining?
Yeah, I found it entertaining that Fabiano played Benoni. Not at Bulgaria Hashimov Memorial or neither against Veselin, who is last, but against Levon Aronian. I thought that must be a very deep choice. I think his second, Rustam Kazimjanov, is probably going crazy. Yeah, I don't know. He always seemed to me like a very sane guy, but something must have happened. But yeah, he got away with it. I mean, I'm sure that Fabiano regretted his choice at many occasions, but finally the one gave too many pawns away. And he escaped with a draw. At the end of the day, you always wonder, shouldn't it have been easier to just play some Queen's Gambit and make a draw rather than create the whole spectacle like that?
Yeah, and also I guess you were a little bit amused by Topalo's RB1, yeah? Or was it?
Well, that made sense. I like the move. He has an easier job than me because when I played Karakin, I had to face a surprise, and now he was already expecting this line, so he had an easier job of coming up with Rook B1.
And last question, did you finish the Bond movie that you had started 2 days ago?
Yes, it was very bad. I mean, really not an advisable one.
Which version was it?
It was the Spectre. There was absolutely no twist, nothing. But okay, in this kind of tournament, any time you spend not looking at chess is very, very good and refreshing. So, but I'll be more careful with the next choice of movie. I've read some bad reviews about it, but I thought James Bond can never be bad. Apparently, I was wrong.
So all the best for your next games and also your next movies.
Yes, thank you.